Hello there, motherfuckers, and I have to make another video about this because people don't seem to understand bull motherfucking shit. Steroids are bad. Look at this fancy title right here. That's the title of the next New York Times bestseller right there in video form. Steroids are bad, motherfuckers. And someone on TV, Nancy Grace, says the truth about them. Steroids are bad. They kill people. And this is the reaction of the YWC and the whole internet and just every fucking moronic wrestling fan out there. No! It's like when Darth Vader told Luke Skywalker he was his father. No! That's impossible! You know, well, it is possible because it's a motherfucking fact, you idiots. You know, that's the thing. They are bad. They can kill you. They enlarge your heart. They have, like, so many side effects. They've said this over the years, how horrible it is. How bad that is. They've made countless documentaries on it. Wrestlers themselves have said that steroids are bad, that they were forced into taking steroids by Vince McMahon. There was a whole motherfucking trial in the early 90s about this that almost cost Vince McMahon the fucking company. Almost cost him his freedom. They were about to lock this motherfucker up for being a drug peddler. Okay, so there you go. Steroids are bad. And, you know, I would expect nothing more, nothing less from the YWC distorting the truth. Why? Benoit, for example. You know, here's the thing. Okay, so it turned out that with Benoit, it wasn't steroids that killed him. You know, it might have had something to do with roid rage, could have added to it. That is also something else. Sometimes it adds to rage. Mostly they contributed to concussions. But people still didn't rule out the fact about steroids. That was always on the side there. So whether you like it or not, steroids, if you use steroids in the past, is always a contributing factor. It's what killed Eddie Guerrero. If you don't want to believe it about our wrestlers, Eddie Guerrero did die because he took a shitload of fucking steroids, a shitload of other drugs, mixed them all together. You know, that's the thing. The more drugs you take, the shorter your life is going to be. I think it's quite obvious. The Bulldog, for example, British Bulldog, painkillers, also took a shitload of steroids. You know, mixing all that shit together is not good. You know, it's not full of vitamins and minerals. It's not going to make you big and strong. Well, it will make you big and strong, but, you know, not like a real healthy diet would. You know, it's not healthy. It's not like eating vegetables, you know. It's not like eating a bowl of broccoli. You know, you Mama Lukes don't seem to understand this. Steroids are not good for you, and you know, people don't seem to care. Oh, I don't care about steroids. When Mysterio did it, and people were bashing him here in the YWC for being roided up, you know, everybody was like, stop bashing him. For what? You know, and the thing was, everybody was justified for bashing Mysterio because he took steroids, which are bad. And if anything, we're trying to help the man, just like Nancy Grace was trying to help the wrestling world figure out what happened to Warrior. You know, I'm sorry, but every single time someone takes steroids or something bad happens, you know, it's not human to have this reaction that you're fucking raging against the people that are telling the truth. Stop telling the truth! Stop talking about somebody who died! It's wrong, you know. All these people acting like motherfucking ultra-sensitive Mother Teresas. You know, everybody is acting so sensitive. And like I said in the previous video, look at the things that come out of your mouth. People threatening Nancy Grace with all these terrible, violent acts. And, you know, here you are trying to be a good Samaritan, a good citizen, a a fine humanitarian. And there you are saying fucked up shit about Nancy Grace. And, you know, the thing is, let's talk about the mentality here for a minute of the YWC. These are not sensitive people. They are not sensitive at all. If they were sensitive, they wouldn't like Chris Benoit. Instead, everybody praises him. They say he's a hero. They make excuses. I've seen harebrained theories as crazy as Chavo Guerrero killed Chris Benoit. You have no proof. I've had countless arguments with people here on the internet, not just on YouTube, about this. People say that Benoit didn't do it. That he didn't kill himself. He didn't hang himself on a piece of gym equipment after killing his whole family. No, that didn't happen. And the thing is, when you question them, you say, how did it not happen? It was reported on the news. There was evidence. They were like, well, you weren't there. What is this? Something like when Martin Luther King got shot. None of us were there. I wasn't even born yet. But, pretty sure he was shot. I think he was, And after this happened, after this was reported as a fact, people talked about it, people on the news. And I'm arguing with somebody on the internet. I'm arguing with people now telling me that Nancy Grace tried to capitalize off this death. Okay, so the news is always trying to get ratings, just like every other TV show for that matter. So they're going to report on the things that you want to see. And people are saying, she's not a wrestling fan, she can't talk about this. I'm sure not every single news reporter is like ultra invested in politics, but sometimes they have to report on an election. So does that mean because they don't worship politics, does that mean they can't report on it? What kind of theories are we looking at here? What the fuck is wrong with you people? And back to Benoit for a minute. People don't want to admit shit about Benoit. They stick by a wrestler. People still want to suck Benoit's dick despite the fact that he is a murderer and a suicidal maniac who's dead. And it's proven that he killed himself. And he killed his family. But people still jump to his defense. And these are a lot of the same people. A lot of the same people defend Benoit or defending Warriors' steroid usage. Because this stuff doesn't happen in wrestling. No. Nobody killed themselves. Nobody killed others. Nobody went on a total murderous rampage. No. Steroids, they're fine. They're good. I saw a very funny comment from one of my subs saying, oh yeah, steroids are like candy. This is a magical land that people live in here in the YWC. Yeah, nothing's going to happen. Take your steroids, take your painkillers, mix it with a little bit of Coke. The world's just going to be peachy. The world's going to be your oyster. These things don't happen in wrestling. You don't have this, Hogan and Flair, they weren't snorting coke in the 80s. No. Vince McMahon wasn't peddling steroids like a cheap drug dealer. No. None of this shit happened, Yeah, right? Benoit, this was some huge conspiracy. Somebody, killed him to make it look like Benoit was a maniac. No, none of this happened. Give me a break. Give me a motherfucking break. I've had enough of everybody and all these harebrained theories. How can you defend what is undefendable? That is all I'm gonna say, motherfuckers. Have a nice day. Have a nice life. This is the absolute last video I'm making on this topic, and I'm sure a lot of maniacs, a lot of Benoit lovers are going to come at me. Still the Nancy Grace haters and all that. I've had about enough of all of this fucking bullshit. Enough already.